The rate of change is absolutely fundamental to the ability of organisms to adapt and therefore survive. Consider, for example, a paper by Levy et al. In the May 2013 issue of Journal of Geophysical Research, Atmospheres. That paper finds that as little as a 35% reduction in industrial activity, most notably the aerosol masking effect, will cause a 1 degree Celsius global average temperature rise. And that will happen, according to other work, in as little as 6 weeks. So, for example, if the United States economy collapses, or the Chinese economy collapses, or the European economy collapses, that's approximately 1/3 each of the world's industrial activity, plus or minus 5 or 10%. And that kind of collapse alone, for a region or for a country, would drive an almost immediate increase of profound change in global average temperature. And it's global. So what this means is the ability of organisms to keep up with even linear, slow, gradual rates of change, global average temperature, the rise in global average temperature we've experienced so far, is already at great risk. To demonstrate or to experience a 1 degree Celsius global average temperature rise in a short period of time, 6 weeks, even if it's 6 months, that's way too fast for organisms to keep up. That will kill almost all complex organisms, multicellular organisms on the planet, because that is an enormous change relative to ecosystem changes that have occurred throughout the history of the natural selection of these organisms. So even a relatively small change in economic activity, in other words, produces a profound shift in environmental conditions that is liable to cause extinction of many organisms, almost certainly including Homo sapiens. So we don't need to experience an overall collapse of the world economy, not at all. Only a reduction in industrial activity of as little as 35% is sufficient to drive up global average temperatures by 1 degree Celsius, which is an enormous number. That takes us well beyond the point at which Homo sapiens have appeared on the planet at any time in the past. And I can't imagine that any member of our species will have habitat remaining with even a 0.5 degree, much less a 1 degree Celsius global average temperature rise within a single growing season. At the edge of extinction, only love remains.